Hey, Rod Moore here from MLM Attraction Marketing University, and just wanted to drop by and say hi. And I was having a chat with a friend the other day, and she was getting quite frustrated about how her network marketing business was going and how she wasn't being able to sponsor many people and so on. And I asked her what she was doing, and she had a few things in place, but only one or two things that were actually working for her in terms of sponsoring people into her business. And it reminded me of when I was a young boy, when I was about 10 or 11 years of age. My grandmother lived in this seaside town called Foster Tuncurry. And where she lived, it was like you've got ocean on one side and you've got lakes on the other side. And in between is this like waterway with break walls to keep the ocean and the lake sort of separated, I guess, and allow the boats, fishing boats, to pass in and out. And I used to go and sit out in the break wall fishing with one line. I'd throw my line out and I'd sit there for hours, and occasionally I'd get a nibble, right? And very occasionally I'd get somebody to actually bite on the hook and I'd sponsor them. I mean, I'd catch the fish, right? So it was a very slow way, and over a period of a week I might catch a few fish. And one day I was sitting there and I was getting a bit frustrated by it all and wishing I could speed up the process, because I knew that there was an abundance of prospective fish out there, right? I knew that they were everywhere that I looked. I could see them, but I just couldn't attract them to my one line, okay? And I was sitting there, and obviously the frustration was showing on my face, because this old Italian man walked past and he said, "Hey, what's the matter?" And I explained to him that no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't build my downline, right? And he said to me, "Well, like when you're fishing, there's a lot of different ways you can go about it." And he said, you're trying one way, and I see you sitting here every day, and I see you catch a few fish occasionally, but obviously you're not getting as many as you'd like, okay? He said, the other way to do it is to go and find where all the fish are gathered and cast your line where they are gathered as en masse, right? He said, at the moment where you're sitting, you're relying on a fish to occasionally swim by who's hungry, okay? But if you go to where there's a big school of fish already there, he said, what will happen is out of that school of fish, there's bound to be lots of them that are hungry. And you have a much better chance of them actually finding your information, right? And so I thought about that, and he was right. So I walked out to the end of the breakwater, and there was this big school of fish swimming in and out, right? And you could see them in the water. So I cast my line in there, and sure enough, I started getting better results by following his advice. And then about half an hour later, after I'd caught a couple of fish and I was a bit happy, and I was all excited, fired up, right? I saw him go by in this little putt boat, like putting along out in the water. And he went round the back of the school of the fish and threw out this huge net, and he just scooped up all the fish in one go. Hundreds of them, right? And I thought, wow, that guy would make a really smart network marketer, right? Because he wasn't relying on just one way of getting people into his downline. He cast a net far and wide over where the fish were already gathered and scooped them all in and brought them into his downline, right, or his boat. So just think about that. How can you get leverage like the old Italian fisherman in your network marketing business? How can you go to the market, your target market, where they're gathered en masse, and scoop them all up, rather than just getting onesie-twosies here and there? Onesie-twosies is the old school way of thinking, right? Show the plan one night a week, or 2 or 3 times a week, and spend 5 years building a business, right? Or use leveraged automated systems to go out and scoop up all the fish that are out in the marketplace, okay? If you want to learn how to do that, what I suggest is you enroll in the free MLM Attraction Marketing University by going to www.mlmattractionmarketinguniversity.com. I'll see you over there. It's a completely free training program on attraction marketing. We don't charge for it like a lot of the other systems out there. We give it all away to you for free. So drop by, enroll today, and I'll see you over there. Cheers.